the concept is a really cool concept that Michael and I have talked about, like loving Bjork, for example, and the sound design of artists like Bjork and actually like Nine Inch Nails, and where they're using all kinds of different sounds from the real world to make things. But I say Bjork mainly because I feel like she has a whole album that's nothing but vocalizations. It's called Medulla. That it is such a wild and cool idea when you really think about it, because we're not talking about doing an a cappella album. Like, it sounds like there's beats and stuff in there. So I don't remember if it was the first cue or which one, but I was having trouble identifying stuff. I remember he was like, the concept is it's all vocal. So once he took the pieces of stuff and started taking my voice and putting it through different effects and sticking it in different places, we got to a point where there was this beat like in one of them that was really cool. I was like, okay, so now we're adding in some programming and stuff, right? Now you're obviously using, and he's like, no, that's like when you went one time and like I pitched it down and like put it on a loop and then like added a bunch of stuff, and it sounds really cool. It's very inspiring, when there is this wild concept, that gives you a bit of a roadmap on like, okay, here's our parameters of what we're allowed to do and what we're not. Like, no instruments, no nothing, just only vocals. Even if they've been affected or put through things, that's fine. But every single thing is sourced from a voice. That is really, I mean, you can imagine how fun that is for a vocalist, like to hear that assignment. So hearing it work so well, I mean, part of that is just Michael, being a great composer and being able to take an instrument and any notes and go, okay, I want all these notes, and then let me just play. Did you ever, Michael,
Yes.
put things through a keyboard so that you could play my voice?
Yeah, I built custom contact instruments with your voice for some rhythmic stuff
Mm-hmm.
because it was easier to create a rhythmic pattern or an arpeggio using that than to try to cut it in Pro Tools.
Right.
Because to be able to do it on a grid for some things was pattern wise was cool, because I was able to manipulate your voice more with like LFOs and like rotary effects and things like that. And the rhythms were nice and tight. There were places where I wanted it to be more random, but there were other points where you were actually percussion.
Yeah.
And it had to be in time.
So
Especially
fun.
if it was like straight against triplets and stuff, it had to all
Right.
match.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's cool. I want to see some video of you like playing my voice.